Look at your body for a second. Right now, sitting there, you are the least impressive predator on the planet. No claws, no fangs, skin so soft a house cat could open you up. You can't outrun a deer, you can't outclimb a monkey, you can't outswim a fish, and if you tried to fistfight literally any large animal, you would lose in about 4 seconds. Let me show you something. Picture your ancestor 2 million years ago, standing on a scorching African grassland at noon, watching a herd of antelope graze in the distance. Every other hunter on that plain, the lion, the leopard, the hyena, is faster, stronger, and armed to the teeth. And your ancestor? Naked, slow, squishy. By every rule of nature, this animal should have been lunch, not a hunter. So here's the question. How did the weakest, softest, least armed creature on the savanna end up ruling the entire planet? Now, here's where most people get it wrong. We picture early humans as these ripped, muscular caveman brutes wrestling mammoths with their bare hands. That's the movie version. The real story is almost the opposite. Our ancestors didn't win by being strong. They won by being strong at all the weird, boring things nobody else could do. Think about it. A chimpanzee is something like 4 times stronger than you, pound for pound. A chimp could tear your arm off. But here's the thing. Raw strength is not the game humans were playing. We were playing an entirely different game, and we were the only species who even knew the rules. Let me show you what that game actually looked like. Because here's the twist. The things that seem like your greatest weaknesses were secretly your superpowers all along. Start with the fact that you're bad at sprinting. A gazelle would embarrass you over 100 meters. But make that race 4 hours long, in the noon heat, and something incredible happens. The gazelle overheats. It has to stop and pant to cool down, and your ancestor just keeps coming. Humans stay cool by sweating while they run, which lets us keep going in heat that forces 4-legged animals to stop. We have bare skin and a huge number of sweat glands, so we can shed heat and avoid overheating far better than almost anything else alive. So the hunt wasn't a chase. It was a slow, patient, unstoppable walk of doom. The prey would sprint, stop, pant, sprint, stop, pant, and the naked ape just kept walking until the animal literally collapsed from heat exhaustion. No claws needed. You bored it to death. Now, and this is the wild part, scientists actually argue about how common this was. Some researchers think this kind of endurance hunting was central to how we evolved. Others think it was rarer than the story suggests. But nobody argues about the body it left behind. Your springy arched feet, your long legs, your slow twitch muscles built for going and going and going. That's the receipt. You are, quite literally, built to outlast. And here's another twist. While you were terrible in a fist fight, you had a party trick no other animal on Earth could match. You could throw. Really throw. An adult male chimpanzee can throw something overhand at maybe high miles per hour. But an 8-year-old human boy can hurl a baseball at twice that speed. Think about how absurd that is. A child outthrows a fully grown ape with quadruple the muscle. Why? Our shoulders evolved to store and release energy like a catapult, and those features first show up together about 2 million years ago in Homo erectus, right when hunting was ramping up. So your ancestor didn't need to get close to those fangs and claws. They stood at a safe distance and turned a sharp rock into a guided missile. That's the whole game changing right there. You don't have to be strong if you can hurt something from 30 feet away. So what did our ancestors do, facing a world full of teeth and claws? They didn't change themselves. They changed the rules of the game. So let's lay it all out. Your ancestor walked onto that savanna, carrying a character sheet full of what looked like garbage stats. But every single weakness was secretly a cheat code. Here they are. Asterisk, cheat code moat. The cooling system. No fur, tons of sweat glands. Useless if you want to look intimidating. Devastating if you want to hunt in the noon sun while everything else hides in the shade. You didn't fight the heat. You weaponized it. Asterisk, cheat code high. The never quit engine. You lost every sprint and won every marathon. Long legs, springy tendons, endurance muscle. In a world of animals built for the quick burst, you were the one thing that simply would not stop coming. Asterisk cheat code ba, the throwing arm. the only animal that can reliably hit a target from a distance with force. This one skill took get close enough to bite off the table entirely. You made killing a ranged problem instead of a melee one. Asterisk, cheat code, the big weird brain. All that endurance and throwing needs coordination, reading the land, tracking a wounded animal for miles, remembering where the water was last dry season. But that brain could do something far stranger than that. It could believe in things that don't exist. A story, a taboo, a tribe's god. Those invisible things were the very thing that let dozens, then hundreds, of total strangers trust each other and move as one body. Your ancestor didn't just have muscles for the marathon. They had a map, a memory, a plan, and a shared story powerful enough to turn strangers into teammates. Asterisk cheat code num, and this is the real one, the group. Here's the thing no lion ever figured out. Your ancestors didn't hunt as individuals. They hunted as a unit. They could point, gesture, warn each other, split up, surround, and share the meat afterward. One naked human on the savanna is prey. 20 naked humans who can coordinate are the most dangerous thing that plane has ever seen. We didn't win because any one of us was strong. We won because we could turn a crowd of weaklings into a single superorganism that never forgot, never gave up, and always had each other's backs. That's how the softest animal alive took over the world. Not with claws, with patience, with distance, and with each other. And here's why this matters to you, right now in the year you're actually living in. Because none of that ever left you. That itch you feel to keep going when your body is screaming to quit, the runner's second wind, the all-nighter, the I'll just push a little further. That's cheat code high, still humming under your skin. The satisfying thunk of landing a paper ball in the trash can from across the room, the joy of a perfect throw. That's 2 million years of shoulder evolution, lighting up your brain for no reason your modern life needs. And that deep, almost desperate pull you feel toward your people, the need to belong, to be part of the group, to not be left out, that isn't weakness either. That's the oldest cheat code of all. Every ancestor who survived that savanna survived because they had someone standing next to them. You were never the strongest animal in the room. You never had to be. You are the descendant of the ones who outlasted, who outplanned, who out-teamed everything else on Earth. So the next time you feel small or slow or soft, remember what that softness is really made of. You are not weak. You are the winning move of a 2 million-year-old game. And you're still playing it.